Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be changing the killer from Wraith down to Springtrap. The reason I'm doing this is because Springtrap just released, so I feel like he will be a character that a lot of people will want to pay attention to and figure out how he plays. So overall, I'm just going to run a build that is involved with perks that I've been running on him that I think is quite powerful. As we can hear in the background, he's quite excited to get started. So let's go ahead and talk about his perks and his loadout before we jump into a game. So first we have a perk from Ghostface called Thrilling Tremors, which basically what that's going to do is when you pick up a survivor, all generators not being repaired are going to be blocked. We also have Surge, which what Surge is going to do, Surge, when I down somebody within a 32-meter radius of a generator, it will automatically make a gen lose 8% of its progress. So it's good to get Springtrap's axe off and get those axe attacks, but at the same time, those basic attacks are really nice with Surge. And then you have Undying and Devour Hope, which I covered both of those in my last video, but if you didn't see that, so Devour Hope has, for 2 tokens, 5% haste status effect for 10 seconds after hooking a survivor. And then for 10 seconds, and then you also have 3 tokens for to insta-down survivors. So what that means is instead of 2 hits and an injure, it would immediately be just a free down. 5 tokens is an automatic Mori. Now, I have plenty of Moris on Springtrap, but I run Devour Hope because I don't like running a Mori every game. I just like the blood points. But I feel like this build is up for interpretation to each individual person. Springtrap is strong on his own, and I feel like each perk can be changed out if you really choose to. I have 3 different presets for him, and I feel like he's overall just a really strong killer. Now let's get on to his add-ons. So the add-on I have is called Iridescent Remnant. What that's going to do is when I move to a security door, all pallets within 32 meters that are upright are going to be blocked. And then Celebrate Poster, when my axe is embedded in a survivor, all players within 32 meters get 12% haste and vault 20% faster, which is really nice. And then I'm just running Survivor Pudding for the 100% bonus blood points in all categories. But for this video, I think we're going to run an offering to go to Hawkins. Anyways, I will see you guys in the game. I hope you enjoy. Alright, so we loaded into a game already. So we're just getting started here. We're gonna go ahead and see how well this game goes. I think I'm gonna try a new way and clip up this game and put multiple games in, and I think that's how I'm gonna try to do it. But we're gonna see how this works, alright? But basically, the before clip showed all the perks and everything. Now we're just gonna go into a game and play the killer, maybe a couple more. And then after this, I think I'm going to record my first Survivor tutorial. And in that, I'm just going to cover the basics of what I think you should do when you're playing Survivor. Generators are a big thing for people and other stuff like that. But let's focus on this killer hand. So I have his prestige outfit. So he's got this cool little like knife that you can see is covered in blood. He's got his entire body covered in blood, and the suit even stains a little bit that you can actually see. So first map feature is this these doors. So these doors are absolutely amazing. They're beautiful. Somebody's running Object of Obsession. But so basically, I gotta find this guy real quick. But so Springtrap can travel through the map using these doors, and these doors help him travel, and then when he leaves, he gets undetectable. That's his little animation for picking up somebody with the thing. So let's go ahead and take this guy to basement here. Now, usually when you're running something like Devour Hope, you always want to be on the farthest end of the map away from your hook. And the reason I did that was because I wanted to see if I could get any peeks at anybody that was trying to come back to this generator. And as we can see, a lot of people are coming here, right? So obviously we want to be watching that. So now he's gonna run me around here. I can just toss that there and call it good. Now I'm gonna get the killer instinct on where he is for a second. He's chasing me away from the gen, so I'm gonna head back here. Something to remember is Survivor's entire goal is to get these gens done, so you wanna make sure that you're focusing on preventing gens above all else, even if that means extending the game. Like, this is just a beginner tip, obviously, so this isn't anything too crazy. This is just me basically just talking and playing at the same time. So it's not meant to be anything too high profile in the gameplay source. It is just meant to be a pure source of this is what beginner, like, Springtrap would kind of look like. You know what I mean? It's entirely just based to make sure that you can get the, like, progress that something kind of noteworthy is Springtrap also gets a lot of speed off of stuff like this. Like using that axe to make sure that he has the speed that he needs is something big to do. Alright. Let's go ahead and see if Meg can find Hatch. Now something I'm gonna do is I'm gonna toss my axe down so I move at a different speed. So when Springtrap tosses his axe down, he moves at 4.6 meters per second instead of 4.4. So that's an extra speed boost to make him a little bit faster for just walking around the map right now. That way, if we need the hatch, if we need the hatchet, we can automatically reclaim it. And that way we can find Hatch a little bit faster if we need to. But obviously she found it. That's the end of the game. That was a 3 out of 4 people run right there. And these people, Prestige 80, Prestige 21, Prestige 12, Prestige 6, right? These people have experience in this game. So it's not like we're fighting bots here. We're fighting actual players that actually have, you know, conscience. I want you to remember is anybody, realistically, like anybody in this game can do well. Even if it seems impossible. Like, what I want the beginners, like the people who I'm hoping are watching this video to realize is Springtrap is very strong in areas, and he also has weaknesses, just like Wraith did. Strengths, weaknesses, morph the playstyle around that. His weakness, Springtrap's weakness, if you ask me, is it's his chasing. Because people have learned how to dodge his axe so much, so if you toss it at like a skilled player, they're going to duck it. So use that for the speed boost. If they're going to dodge that, use it for the speed boost, or embed it in them and use the Celebrate poster speed boost. You know, it's always morphing that playstyle around his weakness there, trying to find ways around it. Run, play with your food, things like that. Make your chases end as fast as possible, because if you don't, then you have to worry about, oh god, is this gen going to get done? Is that gen going to get done? And another thing is, it's okay to leave chases. If you're chasing a survivor for too long, or if you're in an area where there's a lot of gens and they're trying to lead you out of it, just leave chase, because they have to come back anyway. So if you stay there and you sit there and you don't worry about it, you're not gonna have to. You know what I mean? You're not gonna have to worry about the generator. You can just sit in that area, watch all of the generators, make sure you're traveling between security doors, you know, and make sure that you're doing what you can to stop the survivors from healing, stop the survivors from doing this, doing that. Basically, just ensuring that you're applying pressure to those survivors is the main thing that this game is playing killer for. If you're playing killer, make sure that you're applying the proper pressure and make sure that you're stopping survivors from doing the crucial actions to finish the game a little. Alright, and with that, I'm going to go ahead and end the guide here. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy. If you did, please do tune back in for another tutorial. I think I'll upload another one. I think I'll probably record another one tonight, or I'll record the Survivor one. I'm sorry we didn't get to more games, but the game queue time is so long right now. I'm going to record some other videos as well, and they're going to be just me actually playing games. So if you're intrigued in that, just, you know, I'll set that in a playlist like the rest of them are, and you can tune into that when they upload. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoy.